koe pola pugeni ono whamunuka koe o mama I malai whakapuna kai lava ai tō koe whipuna ki po uri koe ia ai mu whakapuna ki he malai whakapuna koe Salote Pilolevu I hapai heni ko mau tuuta mai ni koe riu whuken mei whareroa me he wafu koe ia nga e toki whakata me koe ni kai hau mai heni ke whakata pe ke whakauro pe whakata pe moe mama koe ni malai whakapuna ai ku wami whaketai mi ke kamata koe whawharangangi pare mia o ka meiri ku tarpakaroa Australia back battery pe ko himi uroa ki ko pisa pūre koe e malai whakapuna Salote Rupe pau William Filimoni lotu kamata siwa tawa taina pa ka sea o siriana hapai le dadari ko minista ngai ngala lai sementinto mo ua ripoti ko ia proseki ko filok tau tau toro to ofisa teknikale pure ia me Tonga Airports Limited pa le ai tau toro he Australia pa funga pure nga Australia una ko panga e programani e fo mo uilewa ai mama e fai lewa ai me ai pare mea Tonga le fo malo me president ko ia pe mono fo ki o e ngai mea fo ko ko wana ha pai to kapita tava to fua pe kresi so si ko tava taina fai lewa ai te mala pa pona ka tau ka mata e ka ko ka ai pa tau ke
o to ma fio ni afio to lo Tonga tap ka tipo ono ko tu yo Tonga tap ki tai ni kuini na nas pau tuwa tap kia Brinis o toa Paula mawhare haa mo. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of His Excellency Mr. Brett Badley, the Australian High Commissioner to Tonga. Tap kia lotu I hangana mo ho ik. Tap kia eko wana, tap pita tau tofua. Tap ki he administra o ngawe ki ngawe ngalalahi. Ono po 17 to mo tap ki whamau polisi tuli mo are tap hene ki he sea o e poate ki he ngahi ngawe anga te whanonga aki ka wae malai wakuna tok lasione ngongo ki o patapatu ki he kau tare kita o e ngahi kau tafa kuleanga ki e whawhona aki sona kau ola sona haweata ione tau mona takataka katapu ki he kau CEO o kunau I heni I he whawhini tapu ki he whaite kau sea sesu e sirianda taina tonga wahinga hapai Reverend Sosiua tawa taina tap kia kofe mo afwaki mo ha tau whanua tap kia tangata I whanua mo whewhini whanua ko toa ha paini o mo I heni e whewhini ki whaelonga I o wau mahu inga aia ko hono whakaola whaofisiare o maama ki tau anga wakuna I malae wakuna Salote Pilolevu o ha paini te kai ki te whaloloa te tau hokat lewa ki pokalama. We will now begin with the program for the evening with an opening prayer and an opening hymn to be conducted by the officer in charge of the Salote Pilolevu Airport, William Filimoni, followed by the opening prayer to be conducted by the Reverend Sosiua Tawataina, Kawhaiwhekau Sea o e Sasuesiana Tawataina Hapai. Mao.
Por hime kamata ke o wau whakata. He pāhoku lau maari e sisu e. Neo e kāpu iau, he tauheri lau te au. Te uhau beka tai ai, sisu e. Piki mau pe, sisu e. Hapotu pe te unnofu ai. Iheni pe he wani. Te lata pe kata iai, sisu e. Latu, ko e tō kupu malu o e awhiona. Ma whamoni I he whiawhini ko Sihova sia ila koe, ko e o tua koe o ke tokonaki mea lelei maho kakai. Ko e whiawhini ko I malae wakapuna Salote a e pare mea o e whanua ka e mai tui hangana pe mo hoi ki o e whanua Heni ai tare ki ta pure o e ngahi malai whakapuna ka maa ai e tūtaki anga whakapuna sivire ai whanua Heni ai e nista ka e maa ai kautaki whakapure anga kotoa pe Mea heni ai hai komisiona Australia, ko e uhi ko e tō kupu ngāwea ki he awhiona hono pure anga, ke nau mea ofa aki ai māma o amanaki whakaola I he whiawhi ko heni, ko e uhi ki ngāwe aki e he potu ngāwe pia moe wahi whanua haapai. Mau whakawhetai e o tua, e koe o tua ofa pe hafe mai ai awhiona. Lotonga e whakaanaua, ai kōwana ka e umaa, ai kautaki o e pureanga, ai sea o e wahi whanua ka umai kautaki lotu o e ngai fuawaka, pia moe kakai kotoa pe o e wahi whanua haapai, ke iai ha mama, ke hoko ato o whakalahi ki ai ngāwe, ai puna e wakapuna I he pouri, o ke whakahoko mai e he awhiona, o whakafou mai I he High Commissiona Australia. Malo mua eki ai ofa mai ki haapai, pea mau haka he langi kua tau, pea patai Latu I he ofa ai awhiona, ua lawe ai wahe whanuani. O mau lotu atu e o tua, whai tāpu e kina mai, ai pare mia ka e umaa, ai hou e ki, tāpu aki mai ai tare ki ta pure, kai umai kau memipa oe poate oe flau sivile wakapuna kai umaa ai ngahi malai wakapuna oe fonua tāpua ki mai ai kau whaafi whakalangang mai tangata iko wana kau pule whakawahe kau ofisa koro pea moe kakai oe fonua ko mau te fua heni te tari ai ofa koeni. O mau lotu atu ki a te koe e otua e whakaola ai mama ko ia i he whiawhini. Ka o mau lotu ki a te koe e otua ai mafi whakatolonga mea ai a Fiona ke ngāwe mai ia i he mama koeni. Ko e uhi ke hoko e mama koeni ko hatu hulu ia ki kau pailate o i ka ngahi wakapuna te nau tō po uri mai ki haapai ni ko ha whakakoloa ia ke nau tau whanua mai ki he wahe whanua koe ni. E ki ho mafi tōku ke ulo pea mo ui ai mama koe ni i he whiawhini pea tūloa ai mama koe ni ke aunga ia ki he pureanga o ne awhio kai umaa ai wahi whanua haapai ke mau whakahauko aki ai ngāhi whatongia ai pureanga ai siasi ai whamiri ai whakawhoituitui pea moi ngāhi kautaha whakalakalaka kotoa pe o wahi koe ni. E o tua mafi o kumau lotu ki a te koe ai tō kupu malu e a Fiona. Malu ia me mua e o tua ai ngahi mama koe ni koe uhi kai fie ai wahe whanua haapai i he ofa ko mau inasi ai i he fiaf koe ni. Whakamanu ia mai e o tua ai paremia kai umaa ai haueki pehe ki hai komisiona Australia ai purelahi oe poate ngahi whewholawaki wakapuna mo ngahi malai wakapuna ho mau whanuani. Kau whaafe whakalangi ai whaise kau kai umaa ai siasi o wanau tolu ai o wau lotu o e fiaf koeni. Tō mua ke whakapulu aki mau tolu ai laumari o e a Fiona pea mau mo ui kotoa pe o tua o kau ngā fia i ho mau taimi, i ho mau kuonga, i he ofa tō matakakano o lawe ai wahi whanua i he fiaf koeni. E o tua mafi, tua ke tāpua ki, pea hifo mai ai Kresia e a Fiona. Whai ho mau tāke ki nā, pea monu i ai mea ngāwe koeni, monu i ai e potu ngāwe, monu i ai a Tonga, kai tau te whito i he wahe whanua haapai i he fiaf koeni. O ngona mua e o tua, ai tau tapa pe moi lotu mau hake atu i he fiaf koeni. Mau lotu o kore ai ngahi meani, i a sisu klaisi ko alo, ka ko mau whakamo ui.
Oh,
Malo ki he whaiwhekau, ono whahako e lotu lelei e whawhini. May I now invite the Honourable Minister, Honourable 17 Tomoua, to deliver the welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Kola beke hufanga e ngai whakatapu ko se no awhaki. Tāma me moto ani ki whao kato haere a taitari. O ngā ngana, tupe mua ke whao kato e ki rea taitari ne rea whapitania. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our God in our midst. Honourable Prime Minister of Tonga, Waka Meliko. Your Excellency, Mr. Brett Bartley, the High Commissioner of Australia to the Kingdom of Tonga. Honourable Havea Tuyangana and the nobles of the realm. Dr. Peter Faiva Taufatofua, Governor of Hapai. Dr. Sione Ngongokioa and the directors of Transport Board. CEOs, OICs, government officials, Reverend Siosiwa Tawataina from the Free Wesleyan Church of Tonga, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm privileged and honored to welcome you all to this official commissioning of the Salote Pilolevu Airport runway lights that we are all been waiting for so many years, since the establishment of this airport in the 80s. This important occasion marks the continued diplomatic and friendly relationship between the Kingdom of Tonga and the Government of Australia in so many years. Had it not been your continued generosity in providing the funding for this project, we would not be here today. I therefore welcome you all to this historical event, which will facilitate more trading activities with the people of Hapai and enable more social, economic and health activities between Tokatapu and the Hapai group. Leverega whakahat, kapatawa, ano.
17 Tomoua.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. May I now invite the Chief Technical Officer for Tonga Airport Limited, Mr. Latu Tau Whakapautolo, to deliver the explanation of the work that has been conducted. Thank you.
Whakatolo atu e Palemia, whakole ke o ngawa ki pe ai ngai tawa whakatapu ko sa whaki, ki whakahoko atu ki whatongia. Ko e whatongia ko ni kono whakamatala i atu, a hono whakatu e mama gani malaya o whakapuna Salote Pilolevu. Ka te ukole ai pe te ngawa ki pe ai lea whakapalangi, ko ngā ko e tau Guest of Honour, ki hono whakamatala i atu ai ngawe. The Fuka Airport, namely Salote Pilolevu Airport, has a total runway length of 1,200 meters long and 30 meters wide. It is divided into two runway ends, namely runway 11 and runway 29. The total number of lights installed in this project are 84 lights. They are classified accordingly to their types, their functions, indicating in their colors. There are 42 lights on the edge light of the runway, which are colored white, and they are spaced at a maximum of 60 meters. There are also 10 taxi lights which are blue in color when you entered the apron from the runway. 12 runway end lights on both ends of the runway, which are colored red facing inside the runway and green facing outside the runway. Including in the runway end, there are 2 and 10 notch lights which are colored in blue. Including in this project is a precision approach path indicator called PAPI. There are 2 boxes on each runway end. These lights provide pilots with visual descent guidance during the final approach, ensuring to land safely on the touchdown zone of the runway. They are colored in red and white. 2 illuminated wind direction indicator assist the pilot with meteorological information when they are ready to take off or land. On top of the tower here, there's one aerodrome rotating beacon which is located at the top of the tower. It acts like a lighthouse for the pilots. It is a flashing white and green which mark the location of the airport at night and in low visibility. Also in this project are floodlights, 1 light for the apron and 2 lights for the parking area outside. Including in this project also is a new standby generator which supplies the runway lights and also this terminal building. This generator has the capacity to supply the village of Koulo when there is a power outage if a natural disaster occurs. With tremendous efforts and continuous support to complete this project, I would like to acknowledge these working partners who effortlessly contribute to implement the project. First, Tonga Australia Support Platform, known as TASP, under the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, who work closely with Tonga Airports Limited in monitoring and controlling the fund allocated for this project. Second, airport lighting specialists of Melbourne, Australia, who design, draw, supply, and deliver all the materials for this project. Third, Vanuatu Airport Lighting Consulting from Coffs Harbour, Australia, who supervise and inspect this project. Next is the Civil Aviation Department of the Ministry of Infrastructure, who continuously support on monitoring the compliance and requirements and also approval of the night operation. I have to mention my fellow colleagues from Tonga Airports Limited who work non-stop to support and make this project a success and ensuring that the project adheres to the required standards. Last but not the least, the local community and the people of Hawaii Masani. The local community played a crucial role in the successful completion of the Lifuka AGL project. Local laborers were employed for various tasks, including the installation of the lights and other civil works. This is not providing employment opportunities, but also ensure that the community was actively involved in the development of their infrastructure. Today, we witness the completion of this Lifuka project, and we are grateful that this work is finally completed. Again, we thank God Almighty for His providence and guidance, and also the Australian government for funding this very important project. Malo Bito.
teknika de ia.
May I now invite Your Excellency, the Australian High Commissioner to Tonga, Brad Badley, to deliver your statement. Thank you.
Honourable Prime Minister, Wakalawaletu, Lord Tuiana, nobles of the realm, Minister for Infrastructure, Governor of Hawaii, Reverend Yasani Koulo, Chairman of the Board of Tonga Airports Limited, and all the board members of Tonga Airports. To the CEO of Tonga Airports, the CEO of Ministry of Infrastructure, the CEO of Runway Airlines, the CEO of FedEx, of course Valupa, Peter Stroud, and all distinguished guests. Good evening, and as they say in Hollywood, lights, camera, action. It's an honor to be here with you all to light up Salote Pilolevu Airport runway. And this is my first visit to beautiful Hawaii as Australia's new High Commissioner to the Kingdom of Tonga. And Prime Minister, I hope we can put on a light show every time I come up here. And join you up here. Thank you so much for having me here this evening. And thank you for the wonderful green and gold colours. After the weekend's thrashing against the South African Springboks, I'm seeing more green than gold in this evening, but that's okay. We were asked to be part of this airport project in late December 2023, and we quickly jumped on board and provided 1.8 billion top in funding for this really important project. It's not about the funding, it's about the collaboration on this project, and what a testament it is to that cooperation to be here just 8 months later to celebrate the completion of this. I'd like to acknowledge the Tongan Airports Limited for their efforts in implementing this project in partnership with Valupa, and for their ongoing stewardship of the infrastructure. And as we heard also, so many players, including the Ministry of Infrastructure, for their work as well. Australia understands how critical aviation connectivity is to your communities and to businesses. We know that with these lights, the Hawaii Islands will be more accessible no matter what time of day, allowing for critical medical evacuations and more opportunities for tourism. We just heard 84 lights. Seems very simple, 84 lights. But that can mean the difference between life and death in some cases. We see aviation as a critical enabler of economic development and growth, as well as keeping Tongan families connected, which is why we have increased our support to the aviation sector in the last 2 years here in Tonga. Alongside this project, we have contributed to the purchase of Lutai's Twin Otter and its entry into service, such as training pilots and engineers and upgrading components. I'm thrilled that the Twin Otter has made more than 1,300 flights and carried more than 19,000 passengers since it was commissioned in November last year. We're also supporting Lulutai Airlines with improved corporate planning and an upgrade of new reservation system which is currently underway. Also, the relationship between Tonga and Australia's civil aviation regulator is growing through ongoing technical and peer support. And also Australia's Transport Safety Bureau is assisting with incident investigation. These are all what we want as long-term partnerships in the aviation sector. We're also building a pipeline of skilled, trained aviation workers in Tonga through new scholarships in aviation management in Brisbane and in aircraft maintenance engineering at Fiji National University. I'm so pleased that we have 6 Tongan students currently studying those courses at the moment. I think we all know that aviation is not an easy sector. It's very difficult everywhere in the Pacific, including in Australia. And some of you may have seen the news just recently about some of our airlines, how much trouble one of them's having just this last week. Across the region, we're seeing how challenging it can be. But here in Tonga, we've really buckled in for the ride. That was a airline pun there, Prime Minister. We've really buckled in for the ride together. And I want to commend the strong leadership across the sector and the incredible progress that has been made. We look forward to continuing our work with the Government of Tonga in aviation now and into the future. I'm confident that the runway lights will serve the island for many more years, and they will illuminate the path forward for the island's continued growth and success. We've seen in the Olympics in Paris just in the last few weeks with a beautiful light show that's been put on there with the Eiffel Tower. But to my mind, this is far more beautiful. Lighting up Tonga, lighting up prosperity, and I'm so excited to be part of the flight this evening, the first one out with the lights on as well. I really hope that this makes a difference for the people of Hawaii. Thank you.
Teka Hawaii, mo te paspasi mai gina wahi ka tama te mai mama. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for the continued support to Tonga and the island of Hawaii. May I now invite the Excellency, Australian High Commissioner and the Honourable Prime Minister for the commissioning, the turn on of the switch. Hopefully that the light will be on, and then we'll continue with the next program.
Waveda mini ke kamosko ia ai uila pe wa mo be mo ne me ko eta meni pa ko switchen ko ma be giloto tu be la ta mini pe mama va fa ko ia lan ke i la ba bona Salote Pilolevu con Koulo basta o pito. Mai pamatala ko ke mama. Kalau tu ko lan pulu ka mai. Kan hina ba ko lan tu Koulo ngadang ko ia. Runway.
Thank you. May I now invite the Honourable Prime Minister to deliver the keynote address.
Ai pada mia. Ko ga Mexico. Winga bang no e wa me tu ko e ta ne MC ji ta ba ko e wa pa la ni ko e fa po ta ta ko e ki te ka e tu ki he mama
Mama kain pudi asbab ini sekali foto karar oleh pada aku yo bantu bawa ke hufana di fatap kakato usia fakir
Bilang juga bagi mata mai ka ko mo mama ta mini e fa mo mo fe si o ta mini do le mo fa le ko ki ka wa i fo pe ko mo
ta pe mo ke ba fi le Waironga te tau katoa mahui nga koe ni whakatata mai tau tau. E whia whini. O toka oni e ngahi mai moa. I whakamoi mei uru. O tau lawe monuko toa pe he langa whakakalaka. O tau mata he ahoni. Nai malawa ia e tokoni mai ai puranga Australia. Pa pehe pe foki. Ko ngai hoa ngā ue ka ma au tau puranga. Ko e pokfo weni. Mo awha historia ke e fulawa kapuna i o tumotu hapai. Ke tau whakatawake pe e tokoni ngai ngā weni. Ke langa whakakalaka wha ekonomika, wha sosiale, ke vai whonua. E lawa whoke ngā ekoni hono whakauhila, ko mala e toanga whakapuna. Ko whakalahia e ngai taimi ala puna mai e whakapuna ki o tuha apaini. Hange ko mea ai High Commissioner na kamata e whepota ano aki ke whae ngau e koni i tisema o tau kuosi. Pako mahina pene walu me hita anoa ko ola lerei, ka ko whakakato hange ko ia ko na e whakahaupa te tau anena i hange. Ka project ini na e whiunga mo e paanga e taha poin walu miliona. Karak pe kau whahauka te toenga o ki whahaani i he rea whakapapalangi. Your Excellency, Greg Bentley, the Australian High Commissioner to Tonga, I am honored to witness the historical event, the commissioning of the first ever runway lights of Salote Pilolevu Airport here in Hapai, with the generous financial assistance of 1.8 million paanga by your government. I wish to acknowledge the timely and swift action of the former Australian High Commissioner, His Excellency Rachel Moore, who was very instrumental in arranging this project. As you are aware, the groundbreaking ceremony was conducted on the 28th of March 2024. Emanating from my ambition to stage the Pacific Leaders Retreat here in Hapai, your government's continued financial assistance and support to the aviation industry of Tonga has been of significant importance in facilitating our effort to provide safe, effective, and modern aviation services to the people of Hapai to travel back and forth, either at time or at night time. The lights were installed in cooperation with Tonga Airports Limited staff and with the supervisions of the light specialist, Mr. Peter Stroud of Valupa Limited of Australia, within a time frame of 8 weeks, instead of the projected duration of 17 weeks. This initiative will ease the need for commercial and emergency services, especially when there is a need for urgent medical evacuation from Hawaii to Tohataku at any time of the day. The development of the Hawaii Airport has been a great challenge in the past, especially with our efforts to make the transportation means more frequent and affordable for the people of Hawaii. The runway resurfacing work was specifically engineered to meet the aviation runway strength, which was completed in August last year, with funding provided by the World Bank. In that respect, Tonga Airports Limited is gearing up its compliance effort with the runway service and the lights to meet the ICAO international standards. By aligning the Hawaii Airport with international standards and increasing the airport capacity and capability, it effectively contributes to stimulation of tourism development, trading activity especially on fisheries and marine products, and many more, that all significantly subscribe to sustainable economic development. We are committed to the realization of a sustainable and resilient aviation infrastructure that directly support and serve Tonga's overall development priorities. I'm also pleased to inform that the runway lights were calibrated and certified 2 weeks ago in accordance with ICAO requirements. Excellency, I look forward to your government's continued assistance in reviewing our aviation master plan and the installation of similar runways at Kaufana Airport in A1. Once again, I wish to convey my heartfelt appreciation for your continued assistance in the time of needs to facilitate community development on health, social, and economic advancement. Whamarola he tēnā ki he pureanga Australia, tau mai ko wana hapai, Mr. Moimoi, mo de Potgawe, kautaha malai whakapuna Tonga, puke Tonga Airport Limited, ka wano sea, mo ka kare kita, ko CEO o nau he ni, I he lava koe ni tau ngā ue maho inga koe ni. Whawhiwhia whoke whahoko mai, e hangepe koe nei mea ki he High Commissioner, e lava I rewa e fuafua puna po uri koe mi hapai, I he osi pe koe ni e tau rea. Wai ai e whiwhia make he motuani, ne au wana au aike u kau mua wai ka u tari e whawhe e ko wanake ki nofu I hapai ni fuafuolo e puri. Ka koe koe whiwhia no ai pehe ko hinga, koe lava e ngā ue koe ni. Ko whinga e aki le rei pa mua apai, au mā ai whawhonga no pere, tu I hangana. I he ngahi area, mo e ngahi potu whakau-kau, o whawhai ki ngai whanua muri hange ko Australia, o lava e ngā ue mahu inga koe e fuoloa pe tonu ki whakahoko. Ko ia pe ki whamalo, mo ki rea, whahongai, e tau mo mea mai he whiawhini, ki tau kau ngā kau, o no whakaola ai ngāwe le rei mo mahuinga koe ni. Tau te whito ki he langa koe ni o hapai ni. O whalahiat, whamarola.
Whamaro tu e kare mea, koe hoka te pokalama. Whawhi e koa. Ke katake mea mai mua whakiangi ki mea ofana. Te teu I Tonga Airports Limited I he High Commissioner. Tama e pare mea. Mao. Excellency. Kuma.
Mea whakani. Mea whakalongi e ni ki he tarawhakalahe o Australia. Hui to whaa ka teo. Koe whaki ngō whua no hui to whaa ki Australia, o ta tau e lapa wā burenga. Ka kua stātong tongi e ni, whaho whaa pito. Hau ka te mea whaha noa. Ek premia.
Salote Pilolevu Airport Crown light project donated by the Government of Australia, commissioned on the 12th of August 2024.
Whamaro I Kovana, I now invite the Deputy Governor of Hawaii, Mrs. Lily Loney, to deliver the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Tatapti he Munimalu, o tau kakapa. Tapte atu wono, ko hau o no iponga, mo fale o hamu. Tapte ona po wakala mediku, ko pale mia o Tonga. Tapte High Commissioner of Australia ki Tonga, His Excellency perpetually. Tapte havea tuyangana mo wake. Take e ko wana hapai, Dr. Peter, paiva tau fatofua. Pea ko kore, ke whakamarumaru atu, me tala whakatapu kakato, o e whonua, moi lotu, na kamata ati ai o wau whakahistoria o e ahoni, kai ata mo ko ai whainga maarieni. E whakahoko atu, au no whakaho ngai, ai ngafa kotoa, o tau whia i e ahoni. O ko whiawhia ke whakapopongai atu a e ko wana o hapai, e whakahoko, ai whakahonga o e ahoni. Ko tomu atu ko e whawhetai mo e whakamalo lahi ki o tua o e langi, ko e uhi he koia na e iai. Pea koia o iai. Pea ko i koia e iai mawai pe o lau i kuonga. O kuunga iai a e taumea puka. On behalf of the Honorable Governor of Ha'apai and the people of Ha'apai, I would like to convey our most sincere gratitude to Your Excellency, Mr. Craig Petley, the former High Commissioner of Australia, Rachel Moore, and to your government for the continued financial assistance and support towards the island of Ha'apai. Thank you for making Ha'apai top priority in your list. Today's event will remain in the memories of our people. It is an act of kindness and generosity that brings Ha'apai closer to the development and modern services in the field of aviation. In addition, it will assist the Ministry of Health in emergency and urgent needs for the safe transferal of patients from Ha'apai to Viola Hospital. Your Excellency, please rest assured that this runway light will assist the people of Ha'apai in the years to come. I would also like to acknowledge the technical advice and supervision that Mr. Peter Stroud of Valupa Limited has contributed to this project. Thank you for sharing your area of expertise into the runway light of Salote Pilolevu Airport. Ha'apai is no longer a remote island, but a city amongst its beautiful clear blue ocean, surrounded by its white sandy beaches. We are truly humbled to be part of your generosity, Malo Albido. Tupe mua te awa ta whamaloni ke e palemia Tonga, Honorable Huakaba Meliku, o kohunga ke a dek mautoru, ai ka pasa whanonga na ake whakatoka me mua, e whakalakalaka o te wholau aki, o lawe monua i ai otu Ha'apai. Whamalo atu i hono whakakau o Ha'apai i he lau. Wisa, o pata ai kahi whanua. Pea pongo i mawhana ai whangawhalipako e maulau e kau. Pea mooni e lea kutaka, ka iai ha'ofa, pea taripeki uluenga. Whawhetai he whakauta uta lelei. O atu ai whakamalo ke ano pele hawea tui hangana. Malo e manaki api. Maungoi, o wikai te mautu e noa, ko e uhi, e o kei tuu pe la mo e pou, pea i puna ngofua, ai tau mua, na inofo kia i ai whakakaukau kotoa. Whamalo ke eik minista, o e pot ngāue ke ngawe lalahi o pule anga. Ona po 17 tau mo ua, sea o poate o kautaha o ngahi malai wakapuna o tonga, Dr. Sione Ngongo, Ioa. Mo e kau me mipa o e poate, kau CEO kotoa, kau ngāue a Tonga Airport Limited, OIC mo kau ngāue a malae, wakapuna Salote Pilolevu. Pehe ki specialist me Australia i malae o uila, Mr. Peter Stroud. I ngāue kafa, e whai o skia melenga, mo whakautu mauku, o mo ngahi katongia, o lawa ke tau mata tau whei vai, ai ngāue whakaufu ofa. Mo au si ai Ha'apai veu i aho koini. Whamalo ake o pule whamahe, ka ofisa kolo, ka tapotu ngāue, tangata i whonua, mo whewhinei whonua Ha'apai. Ka tangata i whaiwhekau, i ngahi lotu hufia kotoa te, na i whakahoko o lawe monua i o tau wahi whonuani. Whatawanga mo o tua mafi, kene kei maru i ai whe atu pou, mono whale, ka pehe ke e palemia, pehe ke a tek tau toru hono kotoa pe, o kau lo nuku, i he malai wakapuna o Salote Pilolevu i e whiawhini. I he fiafi whakakoloa koe mo whakahistoria I hapai. Leveleva lea tua whātu malo.
Malo ki he tohonu. We are now approaching the end of the formality of the first part of this evening's program. There is part 1 and part 2. So part 2 will be a dinner and a small reception that will be carried out in this very room in about 10, 40, 30 minutes. I'm now inviting the Reverend Sosiua Tawataina kene whakakakato e uau e Sitapini. And after that, then we can do a tour of the airfield while our staff will start rearranging these premises, these areas for the dinner this afternoon. And everybody is invited. Mahalo.
Awas, pea ko iglesia na wiki ko si suklais. O whalahi e tua ko tau tamai whioi mo lau maari mahanuni. Ma waho alofa, I whawhakalangangi, mo mautoro ko toa pe, whai peo tai ngata. Amen.
Ito e programa whanua ko ia wakai inga hi mama e takpe he premia be mai tafkala ko ia o Australia e ko ai ngina wa pe to ki poki mai ai ko na to le ka ko kai ngai ne no fi hen ka fa wa te wakai ko ia ko ka u ai ma puna Salote Pilolevu I he ngai mala wapuna whantua pure anga ko ia I ta meni mala ene tolu I tonga ni kua petunga ko ia o moto pe hoki ki mala wapuna rupe pa opa mo Salote Pilolevu ni ko kawa ko ia ko tau hanga ni ki mala ko ia me ko puno me ewa ke hokwa tseka ko a heni la honga wakai nga pe kala pe ni nai ko hokwa ko ia e marika tau ai mala e ko mama e valu fa to ko ma kai to da ko e mi Australia na o testi no fa se we ke wo ko si ke o sa tare va mama ko e ke ha aki I he tai meni e ko ni tu ga to e ko I tai meni ko ai pe ko ni pa ko ma ba ho ko hono wa ai ta tare ko ya ko ma we ko na do no ko ta ne ko le ya tu ki ha ba ko to ai ko mo ko ni ko iko mo mala puna mo wafu ka ko e fa ku ku ka we betonga mo ta ka ka to pe kiai ta be ko mo to we me murina mo kana mai ko ta ngau le te wa ko ni me he val fitu po ni ma ba be ko ki lams ku me broadcasting me mala e wa puna Salote Pilolevu I he hawani da ki mo atu me he wafu ya I koa Oi ka mau toi whatawa ki hege, tenga check-in koe mau mea ngawa ki he puna toe ki Tonga, te mau ta tawa toe. Ka pungai atu alma te kisina, te poki manas waka uta, Nei mlai wapuna Salote Pilolevu me hapai. Pausa soaka. Mo mea.